Joining me right now on Kumite Radio is Hayder Hassan. He will be fighting on September 29th at Kumite 1 League versus Haitham Al Sayed in Mumbai. What's going on, Hayder?
What's up, brother, man? Good to have you guys. Appreciate you having me on, and good to talk to the people, man.
For sure, man. It's always good to have you back. Let's talk about Phoenix FC 6. You defeated Pavel Kush via unanimous decision. What are your thoughts on that performance and what you proved to the MMA community by beating such a highly touted veteran?
Yeah, man. Fighting Pavel, I was excited, man. I was excited to fight a top-name guy, and I was even more excited to show my improvements in the game, with the mistakes that I've learned. So it was awesome, man. Fighting a guy like Pavel, one mistake, and at any point on your feet or on the ground, and it's a wrap. You just saw he's in the PFL tournament. He knocked out his first fight. He knocked out was that Khabib's cousin, in the second round. And they were going back and forth. It was a fight, and he took damage and still came back. He lost the second round, but I believe he's gonna be fighting in the playoffs. So yeah, man, for me, it was important to go out there and represent, man. My previous losses, I feel like if I was healthy, they would have turned out different. But regardless, no excuses. So I was just excited to go out there and fight top-ranked opponent. My mind was to go out there, put the pressure on him. I feel like I could have knocked him out if I was more fresh. I think the travel took a little bit out of me. I had a long training camp, which took a little bit out of me. But I was grateful to get the win and and show the world I'm back.
Yeah, it was a huge win, almost in a way a resurgence of a win, for you. Coming out of that fight, were you injury-free and ready to get immediately back into competition?
Man, I hyperextended my knee in that fight. He was shooting hard takedowns. So I hyperextended my knee in the fight. I was looking to I accepted the title fight right after the show, right after the event. They offered me a title fight, and I agreed. I didn't think it would be that bad, but it took about 6 to 8 weeks for it to get better. Unfortunately, the event ended up getting canceled. So it ended up, it kind of, what hurt me the most, because I got disqualified against Roger Huerta. Promotions, they look at that as an L, a loss, and even though, like, in my opinion, I was kicking his ass, and after that loss, he got signed. He fought Benson Henderson, main event for Bellator. Now he's fighting Patricio Pitbull, main event. So, like, I'm right there. Even the PFL, they signed Pavel, but they put me on the injured reserve in case someone gets hurt. And even though I beat Pavel, they were like, "Oh, well, you're coming off that. You said the matchmaker was like, "Oh, well, you're coming off a loss." I had to look to see if you were disqualified, but they were like, "Oh, we're gonna go with Pavel because he has some more experience." And honestly, I think in that tournament and that PFL tournament, I think I would light everyone up. There's no one that I don't see that would give me problems, man. I like that one guy who's been knocking everyone out. I think that would be an awesome fight for me. But everything happens for a reason, bro. It's God's will.
Definitely, everything does happen for a reason, and now you get to move on. But going back to Phoenix, you were supposed to fight for the title, like you said, August 2nd versus Claudio Cesario for the welterweight title. It never happened. Were there any signs at the last Phoenix event to where you're like, hey, something's kind of off here?
Well, the one thing I didn't like was that it would take like 6 weeks to get paid, and that would like bother me, because a lot of times you spend a lot on camp and you're looking to get that money right back as soon as the fight's over, because all other promotions, the moment you walk out of the cage, you got to check. But I chalked it up to just kind of Arabs, you know what I'm saying? It's Arabs, they're being Arabs, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, but I'm getting my money, so whatever. But I never thought anything really would happen. I mean, like, they were so passionate. They were getting a deal with NBC Action, so like it kind of came out of left field. I had some friends on the production side, and I was getting messages from them saying, hey, be careful, don't sign. this fight. It might not happen. Watch your back. So like once I started getting messages from secondary people, then like and different people like fighters started messaging me saying they didn't get paid, and then I was like, oh shit, you know. So but yeah, Cesario was a good fighter. I was looking forward to fighting him.
It's so terrible for fighters because they could sign a contract with a promotion and the promotion can just slip out the deal and there's no repercussions. But for a fighter, there are huge repercussions because you have to invest in camp. You have to, there's so much. You're investing your physical well-being to go to the events, to train for the events, to fight for the events. And I think there should be something laid out eventually, man, to where the promotions have to pay up if they don't, provide what they signed up for.
Yeah, you know what's awesome, man? I'm since I signed a one fight deal with K1L in the new Indian promotion. And in their contract, they say if anything happens where your opponent doesn't show up, what it can be any matters, we'll still honor the contract and pay you the full amount. And I've never seen that in any contract, not in any UFC contract, Strikeforce, nothing, dude. So just when I saw that, I was like, damn, these people are respectable. I'm excited to go out there and give them my best fight.
For sure. Now, your last fight was in April. How have you been keeping yourself busy?
Yeah. So after my fight was in April, I was getting ready for August, so I pretty much stayed in the gym. Um, I didn't want to beat my body up, so I just really focused on keeping my body in a optimum shape, probably like 60% capacity, so that if I get a 5 week notice, 4 or 5 week notice fight, to add that 40-50% to top myself off wouldn't be too hard to do, because it's always better to stay in shape than get in shape. So that's pretty much what I did, man. And I was trying to I was trying to fight. I got offered a fight to I got offered to fight August 28th in Crimea, Russia, against one of the top prospects. The guy was 18-2. I accepted the fight, so I was training for that. But it ended up falling through just because my manager gave me some advice. I'm close to, if I come off another nice win, if I go out there and do a nice first round KO finish, I think I can get some good leverage. I can get a good deal with the Bellator, whatnot. So he was like, "Listen, man, you're coming off a good win, to go into Russia. If you don't knock out the Russian, the odds aren't in your favor. That's kind of the general consensus for fighters. The money was decent, so it kind of hurt me to say no to the money. So I ended up like I kind of had to pick up a side hustle and work a little bit. But it was all good, man. I was able to stay in the gym, and then this opportunity came. I took the fight on 5 weeks notice, and I'm ready to rock.
Being a part of training camps while you're in between fights, what are the benefits for you?
Yeah, so I mean, with this, I was helped. So me and Thiago Alves, he's one of my best friends on the team. You got the interview with him. Uh, he left for Moscow. I was helping him. I was helping him with his camp. He's kind of fighting a similar Russian that likes to throw overhand hooks and good boxing base. So for me, like, it's just the environment, the positive energy. It's a good way to stay in shape without getting your body beat up. And as he evolves, you evolve, and it's just the good camaraderie. Like, Pitbull fights next Saturday, and then I'm gonna fight 2 weeks after that. So like, it's just constant encouragement. Let's kill it. Let's do this. Let's kill the motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? And in a long training camp, when you're doing 2 days and you're in the gym 6 days a week and you're taking one day off, having like your best buddy in the gym doing the same thing, and you're motivating, you're doing your strength conditioning together, that's like it makes it much better. Because when you feel like shit, he'll feel like shit, and you'll sorry for cursing, but he's not feeling good, you're not feeling good. You will motivate each other, and you end up feeling better, and you end up laughing and smiling. So it's all about the environment.
Definitely. You are one of the most positive people I've ever met in this sport. So it's good to probably have you around when on those dark days, on those terrible training sessions, right?
Yeah, it's always good to pop a smile and crack a few jokes. Tell some girl stories.
Now, moving forward, you mentioned that you signed a one-fight deal with K1L. This is the first event that they're having in India. How did you link up with this new promotion? Because most people, they don't know about this. They don't know what's going on.
Yeah, so the promotion, do you know Zafi Ephraim from Arabs MMA?
Yes.
So Zafi, he actually hit me up and was like, "Yo, he wanted to know. We're friends. He does good things for the MMA community, helping. Like he's like yourself, bro. You're helping propel the sport and world global exposure, bro. So guys like you, man, are very appreciated from a fighter's perspective. So thanks, man. So yeah, he checked up on me and he was like, "Hey, man, any fight news coming up?" And I was like, man, I'm hoping to find out some news soon. I was like, if anyone hits you up, let them know I'm down to scrap. And then he was like, yeah, there's big things going on in India right now. I'm gonna see what's up. I've been hearing big things. And I was like, all right, yeah, let me know. And then like 2 days later, he hit me up. He's like, yo, you want to fight? And I'm like, yeah. And the money was good. And Mike Tyson's part of it. So like, I consider myself the Arab Mike Tyson. So I mean, like, let's go, bro. What's wrong with that? To be able to fight with Mike Tyson when he's cage side. I mean, man, I could, even if I could dream it, I'd be like, oh, that was a cool dream. But now it's going to be a reality, so it's pretty badass.
Yeah, it would be definitely cool to get a win and then have Mike Tyson come into the cage and congratulate you. He basically be the first one you'll be looking at after you get your win.
Yeah, man. I met him in Vegas. He's good friends with Cody Gambrit on The Ultimate Fighter. He came by the gym and he came and said what up to us, gave us a little pep talk, and he's the man, bro. He's just a pure block, bro. Yeah, his fists are like the size of your head. He's just a beast, bro. So I have a lot of respect for the man.
Definitely, like he's a guy that you could actually say that has been through everything in life.
Everything, man, from the bottom to the top. Now he's good, and probably like the most honest person you can meet too. Honesty is. I like people that are brutally honest. Like you don't have to be nice, but just keep it real. And I like people that keep it real.
Whether it's OG, he is a
true.
true.
He don't give a what. And I respect that. I respect that a lot.
All right, you're taking on Haitham Al Sayed. What do you know about your opponent?
Yeah, man. Haitham, he's a seasoned veteran, man. He's got 15 fights, something like that, 15, 16 fights. He's fought all the top fighters. He fought MVP. He fought Michael Page. The fight got stopped by referee's cut. He's fought an ACB against one of my teammates who's a beast. My teammate ended up catching him with a heel hook. So I mean, he's a crafty veteran. I definitely cannot underestimate him. It's gonna be the first time I fought an Arab. I don't really like to fight my people. I like to help my people. But hey, it's business, man. I fought my best friends. I fought. At this point, like nothing surprises me anymore. But I'll tell you, man. Anytime Arabs get after it, it'll be a recipe for everyone to want to watch. He's got a great fighting spirit. I got a great fighting spirit. So it's gonna be an exciting fight.
Yeah, one thing that's clear about Haitham is that he is in the cage to entertain. Does that aspect about him excite you more?
Yeah, just the fact that he likes to fight. I like people that like to fight, and he doesn't, and he doesn't fight safe. He's like when you fight a Mexican. Mexican have the Mexican warrior. They're gonna get in your face. They like to fight. They like that grit, and so do Arabs. And at least the Arab fighters that I met, and I've met now since I've been fighting in the Middle East. My past 2 fights, I've met some of the toughest Arabs around, man. So like, it's just like any Asian fighter I know, they're all tough as hell. You know what I'm saying? Because like one, they're all crazy, just like the Arabs. You know, you're crazy, you're tough. That's the only way you can be to survive in this sport, man. So I respect the hell out of them, and I'm gonna give them a lot of respect when I see them, and I'm gonna go out there and bring it.
But that craziness, that wild, entertaining style that he has, is that going to play into your hands?
Um, I feel I'm the more technical fighter. Um, he likes to keep it standing. He can get a little wide. He can get a little crazy. His guard can get a little wide. My elbows aren't tight. I've got good head movement. I slip and rip really good. Um, so it's I'm a bad matchup, you know. But if I get careless, if I don't move my head, he can catch me. So I have to go out there and fight my best fight. I have to go out there and not underestimate him whatsoever because, man, he likes to throw those sneaky knees up the middle. He'll throw good combos and fire a knee. So if you're dipping the wrong way, he can catch you. Yeah, I'm training really hard. I've been training with the best guys here at the gym, and yeah, I'm ready to go out there and put on an amazing performance and bring home a nice knockout.
Since you are 35 years old, is there more of an urgency for you to fight more frequently so you could get back into the big leagues like UFC and Bellator?
Yeah, man, absolutely, absolutely. I'm trying to stay busy. After this fight, I have another fight lined up November 17th in South Florida against a guy that fought in ACB. He's 10-2. So I'm staying busy, man. I come off a nice knockout win here. Um, if this promotion is doing another, the show K1L, they're looking to do 6 to 7 shows a year. If they do end up doing one more event before the end of the year, I'll probably fight for them rather than the November 17th card. I already got permission from the promoter, just because they're going to pay more. But yeah, absolutely, man. I'm trying to stay busy. My goal is by 2019 to be by the first quarter of 2019 to be signed by a major organization, Bellator or UFC. If I'm coming off 3 in a row, I feel like I have good buying price, good leverage. And I honestly I feel if I come out there with this nice knockout, I'll have some good leverage. But the more wins, the better. And yeah, I'm not wasting time.
Nowadays, fighters are involved in other ventures inside and outside of MMA. Do you have anything going on you would like to promote?
Yeah, man. You know, I'm a big cryptocurrency enthusiast. I've been in the market for about coming on 2 years now. Um, yeah, when if I'm putting 10 hours in the fight game, I'm putting 10 hours in the cryptos, man. It's I don't know if do you follow like Bitcoin and all that stuff.
Somewhat, somewhat.
It's big in the Korean market. It's really big.
Yeah.
Currencies. Um, it's something that like for me, I know where the direction of where we're heading, and the future of payment, global payments. You know, for example, when I fought in Dubai, I got paid electronically by a wire. It took 5 to 7 business days for the wire to clear to the States. Not only that, but I got charged $14 for that transaction. You know, for them to wire me money internationally. Uh, for example, cryptos, for example, if I wanted to send, if they wanted to send me money with the cryptos, as soon as I hit enter, uh, the money appears in my account, and instead of costing me $14, it would have cost me pennies, fractions of a penny, and I can convert that into any fiat currency, whether it's the U.S. dollar, the euro, whatever it is. And that's just the direction of where global payments going to go, not only for peoples but for corporations, businesses, and it's going to change the way things are done. So like I'm like, super excited about the future, and for sure, man, all my money is in crypto, and I'm like all in, bro. I'm like 98% of my money is in crypto. I invest pretty much all my fight money except my bills into crypto. Uh, so I'm excited. You know, this past year we've had an extended correction, meaning the market's been going down. Last year, Bitcoin went from in a period of, it went from 1,000 to 20,000. In a period of 3 weeks, it went from 7,000 to 20,000. So anytime you have these big type of gains, you have to have a correction in order to have a healthy market, uh, and to have the next healthy rally. And that's what we're starting to get into. So God willing, 2019 will be good times for the cryptos and good time for MMA promotions, you know?
There you go. You got some knowledge about crypto on the interview. You know, it's always good to hear that fighters are they are involved in something else except for fighting to kind of, back their dreams and back their passions a little bit, because a lot of the times just fighting cannot push you through life.
No, the fight game, and I would say for over 90%, 95% of the fighters, the money you make in fighting, it will be able to bridge your next passion. Even the guys that have been fighting in the UFC, there's only one Conor McGregor. He's made the money that where he could retire, but everyone else, like, you have to have that money that you've made, if hopefully you've been responsible enough, and that will help bridge whatever you're passionate about for the remaining however many years. Actually, I thought about going into the FBI. One of my buddies is number ranked, is one of the top ranked officials in the FBI. But then I got more into the cryptos, and I know the direction of where we're going, and I'd much rather be my own boss than because I've had a boss before, and that shit sucked.
Well, being an FBI agent might not work out for you, because they'll be like, I recognize this guy. I see him somewhere. Where have I seen this guy?
This is true.
All right, Hayder, thank you for your time, man. And if you want to catch them fight, I think that they're going to have a live stream internationally for K1L on September 29th. Watch him fight. It's going to be explosive. Thank you for your time, sir.